you've seen my house. Now, let's go for a drive, and I'll tell you about a book that puts pedal to the metal. I'm joined by my furry friends. Behave, guys. Furry friends should be seen and not heard. Even if you don't like sci-fi, Lauren Beukes' books are just too good to miss. She's won international awards after all. And she's just brought out a kick-ass new one called Afterland.
It's about a mom on the run with her son who's one of the last survivors of a plague which has killed 99% of the men. And happens to be a genetic survivor, and there are a whole bunch of people who want to get their hands on him.
Yes, you heard right. Most of the men gone.
What I was really interested in doing when I started writing the book was to kind of play with the idea of gender, and especially the way we talk about teenage girls' bodies and how they're commodified as kind of sex objects or reproductive resources. So that was an idea that I really wanted to play with, and also the journey of motherhood and how much you have to sacrifice, how much of yourself you lose in that, but also how rewarding and amazing that relationship is.
It's definitely a middle finger to the patriarchy. But it's also so much more than that.
I really wanted to kind of play with this idea that, yes, a world without men would mean that we could walk alone at night, and how wonderful would that be? But women are also full human beings, and women are just as power hungry, they're just as corrupt, they're just as capable of like great evil, as much as they are capable of nurturing and love and kindness and tenderness, but it's not all going to be communal gardens and kumbaya.
So, how does it feel to have written about a worldwide viral outbreak before it even happened?
It's been quite alarming to come out of 5 years of writing a fictional pandemic into a real one. It's been fairly horrifying, really. Look, I mean, the research was fairly standard. Like, a plague and a pandemic does play out in like X number of ways. So there've been some reviews which have been talking about how prescient it is. And I'm like, yes, but if you do a plague novel, that's what it's going to look like. But yeah, I think it's just really unfortunate timing, actually. And I'm a bit nervous that people won't want to read it because we're living through a pandemic at the moment. But I think the focus of the book is that it's post-pandemic. It's about the aftermath. It's about the afterland. And it's also been interesting to see the ways we're talking about our own afterland in South Africa, and what the landscape is going to look like after Corona.
Afterland shifts the gear on pandemic novels. It's smart, uncanny, and a riot to read. Andrea van Wyk, my car, Johannesburg.